About to get underway with Clarendon College and the St. Elizabeth Technical in this Issa Lime benfrancis Cup semi-final contest. The crowd is pretty swollen from the time you last saw it. And just to remind you of the starting lineup for the St. Elizabeth Technical team: Findlay, Clark, McCullough, Brown, Gale, Lindsay, Smith, Graham, McClymonde, Dixon and Genus. Donjay Smith has gone closest to scoring so far. Clarendon College: Edwards, Palmer, Knight, Carruthers, Noble, Allen, George Reed, Charlton, Campbell, Coleman and Gutsmore, whose shot had to be dealt with by McCullough. It was really a stinging effort from a free kick that was certainly going in, with goalkeeper Carson Findlay planted. And so neither team really making a lot of noise in the first half in terms of chances, but certainly the game has potential and plenty room to grow. The only way it can go from where it is up. It has been that kind of half.
Looking at the behavior of both teams during the halftime break, the Clarendon College team, Elian Whitaker, the goalkeeper coach, has prepared his goalkeeper quite well, has gotten him match ready, gave him some exercises. He's now suffering from the sunshine, and he has donned a cap. That's the Clarendon College goalkeeper. He'll be affected by the sun rays.
Allen's ball in, and Carson Findlay was equally interested in it as the man Charlton was. Lindsay to Chrysanto Dixon, who is on a yellow card. Here's Knight. Carruthers, and it's away by Shane McClymonde. Coleman has left it for Reed. He goes across the park and shifted forward by Campbell. Here's Reed. Allowed that to get away from him. Here's McCullough. And Donjay Smith has started in a deep roll.
He usually does that.
McClymonde hits it straight to Campbell, and that's an early ball looking for Charlton. Here's Carruthers. One for Charlton. And the Clarendon College have no one inside the penalty area. And this one is sprayed forward for Reed. And Carson Findlay had to stretch.
For a while played it basketball style, juggled it between both palms of his hands.
Noble got to it. Carruthers is now in possession, looking for Charlton. That's a poor pass. Donjay Smith just ushering it back to Gale. Now on for Dixon. Now Genus looking for Giovanni Brown.
In the first half, Clarendon College looked the more impressive in midfield. They put passes together, but in the attacking third of the field, it is the St. Elizabeth Technical team. Although Donjay Smith missed a sitter, one that he could have scored or should have scored with his eyes closed, it is they that look the more potent in goalmouth play, whilst the Clarendon College team looks the more attractive in open play in midfield.
Allen just got above Akita Graham and puts that into touch for a throwing. It's still goalless in the other semi-final contest between Dintle and Glenmuir. So these two games are likely to be stretched. Away by Allen, on by Knight. Pounced upon by McCullough, but it was slipped for Gutsmore. He finds Charlton, and Charlton has limited support. He might just have to do this all by himself. And Donjay Smith now goes by one, eased off rather easily. Now the referee not buying his fall, and their communication was a little tangled. And now they're pushing forward. Here is Giovanni Brown. It's played in to him. by Akita Graham, and he wasn't able to reach it. And Coleman just roughed up there by Rashane McClymont. He takes something to shake him off. Lindsay, quick feet. No, Janus. And Lindsay had long given up the pursuit.
One of the deficiencies of midfielders when they're passing the ball forward, Damien, right across the competition, they don't know how to hit it to the backspin so that when it hits the turf, it's all, you know, sometimes when you see a player getting a free kick, he throws it forward with a little backspin. They can kick it with a little backspin so that when it hits the turf, it slows up forward their intended teammate. But they just hit it unthinkingly without any creativity. And once it hits the ground, it just goes further away from their intended teammate.
Another one overhit by Seagull Knight. 5 minutes have expired in the first section of the second half. This one is out for Don J. Smith. I'm almost certain that he will work it back inside on his left foot. He's managed to get around his man. He's still going. Don J. Smith bundled over. Gets it back to carry on the fight. And he thought he had a corner kick, but not according to the assessment of Ajay Duhaney.
In the entire first half, we had no corners awarded to any team, and 5 minutes in the second half, still no corners as yet. Not that corners will bear on the result of the game, but it's an indication of who might be having territorial advantage.
And Omar Rambo Wedderburn did suggest that he had lost only 5 games in charge of Stets. I think he might want to add one more to that. And that defeat was inflicted by a certain Jackie Walters as well in the final of the 2012 Acosta Cup competition against Glenmuir. Here is Carruthers. We can't deceive Clark. Here is Lindsay. Poor pass given away to Allen. Allen returns it to Stets via Chrysandra Dixon. Here's Akita Graham, laid back for McCullough. Don J. Smith is out wide waiting for it. It won't get to him just yet. And Zane Reid is just clattered there by McCullough. Across for Campbell.
Passing in the game has been poor. When they don't overhit it, it goes to their opponents, or it just goes plumb out of play by both teams. Sometimes they make poor passes, but they are rewarded by getting it back. It being deflected off their opponents, coming back to them.
Here is Allen. Forward looking for Carruthers. And he ran into the 6-foot-plus frame of Rashane McClymont. Here's Lindsay. No Chrysandra Dixon. He's monitored all the time by Seagull Knight, who has a little roughness about him as well. Goal kick.
This is Turner College looking quite impressive in their own half of the field, making a little progress over the half line. But as they get closer to Stet's team, the power and strength of the St. Elizabeth technical defenders usually allows them to win it.
Oh, goalkeeper Carson Finley has misjudged it. Possibilities here, and they have been bailed out. This time by Orlando Clark. Very fortunate steps. Away goes Dane Reed. Disappointing.
The number 10 there for really should have played that ball in an open goal. Goalkeeper misjudged the bounce of the ball. Came over. He really should have played that one directly on goal rather than trying to play it over the head of the oncoming St. Elizabeth technical defender. And once it's a 50-50 foot race or physical challenge, is the St. Elizabeth technical defenders who are going to come out and win. Here it is now. Should have just tried to tow it inside the open goal with the goalkeeper in no man's land. But then once he tried to mix it up, the power and strength of the St. Elizabeth technical defenders are going to give them the advantage.
And the Glenmuir leading Dintle Technical 1-0. So they have now jumped in front. And here Clarendon College still being held, or these two teams have cancelled out each other goalless so far. That could change just about now. Here's Jenner, pulls it back, and it's saved by Edwards. Then cleared away.
A good opportunity. That ball should have been cut back to a teammate rather than struck directly on goal from that acute angle.
Away by Campbell. But Stitch certainly, that was a good chance. Donjay Smith with Giovanni Brown. Deflection takes it into Graham. And Gutsmore is across to deal with the situation. Now it's Charlton on for Knight. He's under pressure from two. Gets out of it. Out towards Allen. A little space for him to gallop into. Zane Reed is up ahead of him. And he is fizzed it into him. Zane Reed up against Rashane McClymont. McClymont is very strong. And once you get close to him, it's more than likely that he'll brush you off it. Free kick. And a yellow card for Orlando Clark.
Two cards now issued in the game, both of them to St. Elizabeth technical players. The first one in the first half to Chris Dixon, and now the central defender Orlando Clark.
And this is why Leon Brown has had a reason to take his name. He didn't look all that malicious. And will it be Gutsmore again to strike it? It will be, and he has hit the top of the wall. Charlton back to Gutsmore. Now Allen. Allen has Coleman available. And this one is knocked down by Charlton. No one there following up. Here's Gutsmore. Shane McClymont settles under it. And aerially, he will win them every day. Confirmation there again. Here's Lindsay. Now Jenas. And Donjay Smith was the intended target. He didn't get to him, and now Clarendon College can break through Charlton. And getting close to him is Gale. And the Gale has held him up nicely for reinforcement to come back. Still Charlton in possession. And now it's Stet's turn to break. Giovanni Brown has gone up ahead. And he's found. Still Brown. Closed down by Palmer. And he's gone by Palmer. Still Brown going, and Palmer did come back to get a good challenge in.
And now the very first corner of the game. Let's see if the St. Elizabeth technical team will send up any of their tall defenders.
And so Ricardo Dennis has given Glenmuir a 1-0 lead against the Dintle Technical after 55 minutes.
Fortunately for the Clarendon College goalkeeper, the corner is coming from the side where his eyesight won't be affected by the sunlight.
It's Lindsay who has gone across there to take it. Rashane McClymont is waiting inside the box, and he's the intended target, but good goalkeeping from Edwards. Really, really commanding work there from the first choice man between the sticks for Clarendon College. Oh, that's a good ball out towards Charlton. Charlton is trying to burst his way through. And the whistle has gone.
Not for offside, but for an attacking foul.
Allen dispossessed by Lindsay, and Allen did well to stay with him. He's trying to dig out across from a tight situation, unable to do so. The game is now 1-1, and Omar Rambo Wedderburn is hoping that he can bring Clarendon College to their knees in their own backyard.
In the areas of activity in the game where the statistics count is goals, neither team has made that mark as yet. But as to the blueprint of the game, what is not yet really evident to the spectators, it seems as if the St. Elizabeth technical team will have the opportunity to create chances. Twice we've seen them go down to the goal line and shoot from acute angles, when it would have been better served for them to pull it back to their onrushing teammate. Clarendon College, as usual, looking quite composed and attractive in midfield, but that will, not count in the end unless they manage to get a goal from it.
And here is Carthus. Again, Gale goes with him, and he's gone by Gale. Still Carthus cutting inside, looking for options. He's found Knight. Knight not allowed to shoot. Good work from Chrysanto Dixon. Fantastic job. And now Campbell is under pressure from Giovanni Brown, who has won it. Brown bursts forward, possibility. Here's a chance for Akita Graham. Hits it over. What a chance again for St. Elizabeth Technical.
That was the third time they were allowed to go down to the goal line. On the previous two occasions, they shot at goal, and this time the player did the thing best for the team, cut it back. But the player who got it was unmolested, and he just never made use of it. Two simple sitters going now to St. Elizabeth technical team. This time he cut it back. The number 9 had everything going for him. Couldn't choose which foot to choose to take the shot. Now this time the sun is in the eyes of the goalkeeper.
The corner kick is headed down, and a mad scramble, and still they can't get it clear, and it's headed behind for another. This time by Gutsmore. All nervy here for Clarendon College.
Two corners in rapid succession. In the entire first half, we never saw any corners. But no,
almost an own goal.
17 minutes, and it's 3 corners to the St. Elizabeth technical team. Their physical dominance is giving them the edge in the goal mouth activity. Second corner in the eyes with the sunlight in the eyes of Clarendon goalie.
Sanjay Smith to the back post, and this one is overhit. And Clarendon College, they have won this title 3 times. Their last was in 1998. As for St. Elizabeth Technical, they grabbed hold of it in 2010, and they haven't relinquished it since. They're chasing untold history. 5 knockout titles on the trot would be something. And I think that the one they really want is the Costa Cup title that they want to retain. And the Clarendon College, they have ambitions of winning it for the first time, I think, since 1998. Clearance comes to Zane Reid. Not a bad first touch. Forward for Keita Graham, and he wasn't able to get there. Lindsay has switched sides. Here's Keita Graham. Comes out for Chris Andrew Dixon. Dixon thought about the shot. Now he slipped it through for Donjay Smith.
That's another poor decision being made by him. He was off balance. He was stretching for it. He could have maintained his composure, kept it, take it down to the goal line, and then cut it back to 2 or 3 teammates that were in close support. Another feature of the game that is giving St. Elizabeth Technical the edge is that there's cohesion amongst their attackers and their midfielders. There's no such punctual transition being made by the Clarendon College team. More oftentimes it's just the number 10 Caruthers alone up there, and there's a gap of 30-40 yards for any support coming up to him. The St. Elizabeth Technical team, on the other hand, they have players that they can make passes to. They just missed the chances and poor shooting by the St. Elizabeth Technical team has not taken the lead so far.
And they are encouraged by what they've seen so far in the second half. A poor pass from Coleman. They just haven't gotten it right, Clarendon College. States have had some wonderful chances, none taken. For Shane McClymont. Ushered forward by McCullough, on for Chris Andrew Dixon. He's searching for Donjay Smith. Reeled in with supreme efficiency. And then it's laid off for Donjay Smith again, and a good covering from Campbell. And now Smith has lost it. Charlton can't get there before McCullough. On for Chris Andrew Dixon. Nice ball through. Lindsay can't get to it before Allen.
It's a good while now that we haven't seen the St. Elizabeth Technical goalkeeper come into the picture on the screen, and that is an indication of how much territorial advantage the St. Elizabeth Technical team is enjoying.
And here is Genos driving at the heart of the Clarendon College defense. Lays it back for Keita Graham. Wraps his foot around it, but he might have gone under it a little too much.
Although there is no player breathing heavily on the Clarendon College team, the fatigue seems to be affecting them more than St. Elizabeth Technical team. St. Elizabeth Technical team looking quite robust and relishing to go in the intense heat. Unfortunately for the players, where the field is situated on the plains of there is nothing to shield the players from sun. Unlike in Kingston, where there might be a building or a tree, or elsewhere on the island there might be a mountain or something to deflect the direct rays of the sunlight. The players on this surface here, nothing on the southern part of Jamaica to shield the sunlight. So for over an hour now they've been subjected to intense heat, and it seems to be affecting the Clarendon College team more than the St. Elizabeth Technical team. St. Elizabeth Technical team looking like they are relishing the going so far.
Andrew Gutsmore there. His goal-bound free kick blocked away by McCullough in the first half. That is as close as they have come to scoring Clarendon College.
They had another one, a free kick that went over the crossbar, but that's about it.
In fact, Caruthers had one in the second half. He might have just poked it towards the target when the goalkeeper misread the flight of it. Here is Zane Reid. Allen comes up in support. Ball lifted to the far side, away by Gale, on for Genos. Genos has played it behind Keita Graham. Early ball through for Zane Reid, and no one coming to close him down just yet, and he's hit it out of the parish under no real pressure whatsoever.
Really out of sight. That second ball has to be brought in. That has gone deep in the woodlands of, where are we? Clarendon. Deep in the woodlands of Clarendon. Perhaps that one, well, a kind-hearted peanut vendor has brought it back, taking a few juggles off it, but it's a substitute ball that has restarted the game.
Here's Lindsay on for Chris Andrew Dixon.
St. Elizabeth Technical not wasting any time passing it around in midfield. They're playing something similar to what Englishmen in the late 19th century used to refer to as box-to-box football. They were saying that passes in the center of the field, in the middle, in the center circle, doesn't count for anything. When they analyzed it, the goals, when the goal did score, the last 2 or 3 touches came from inside the 18-yard box. So they want to get it down in that attacking third and then see what happens.
Nick Thorne here for Charlton, who I think is a little spent after 70 minutes. Maybe a time for Coach Jackie Walters to consult his bench. There are goal scorers sitting on it. This one is hung up away by Gale. Back down for Reed. Now Charlton looking for Knight. Away by Dixon. Now Allen spins away from Jenos and then tries to fizz it through for the run of Charlton. Now Akita Graham. Taken up by Giovanni Brown. And Coleman comes back to win it, and a free kick to go along with it as well.
You know, sometimes it's not very noticeable, but the St. Elizabeth Technical team, they have committed most of the fouls, more than twice that committed by the Clarendon College team. And physical impact does sap your energy. Don't have to, it's not only running and jumping and twisting and turning that can sap you, but contact. You make severe contact and heavy contact with your opponents. That can sap your energy.
A really wasted effort there from Allen.
Physical contact. If you look at 2 boxers in a ring, they don't run around a lot. And after 3 minutes of boxing, you see them sitting down, they are blowing. It's because of the contact that their body has sustained, and that saps their energy. And the physical contact inflicted by St. Elizabeth Technical team seems to be sapping the energy of the Clarendon College team. So Clarendon College does look the less energetic of the 2 teams right now.
And Glenmuir, they have added to their goal in the other semi-final. They have gone 2-0 up against the Dental Technical. And the Clarendon College will be pulling out Donovan Noble in a short while. And he will be replaced by Javon Johnson. And Noble has been absent so far in this contest. And Johnson might just give them a little bit more reassurance at the back, and that is the license for someone else to push a little higher up the pitch. And there is a corner kick for him to deal with as well. Or rather, long throwing from Shane McClymont. It's steered away for throwing. .73 minutes gone. This one is to the near post. It goes behind. And no danger attached to it.
Coach Patrick Walters seems to have detected a weakness in the left full-back side of his defense. That's where the 3 opportunities came from that was presented to St. Elizabeth Technical. 2 they shot at goal and 1 they pulled back really. And the number 9, Akito Graham, should have buried it. Almost as easy a chance as Donjay Smith got in the first half for St. Elizabeth Technical.
Now Lindsay, pursued all the time by 2 in blue and white, and they've managed to get the ball off him. Here's Carthers. One for Allen, free kick. And a free kick to St. Elizabeth Technical, much to the disgust of that man, the assistant coach at Clarendon College, Mr. Stewart, remonstrating with Doyen, the fourth official. This one is lifted in, met by Coleman, on by Carthers. Not very far. Roshane McClymont is with it. It's lifted in by Lindsay to the back post. And Roshane McClymont, despite being on the end of a challenge, just got up and walked away as if nothing happened.
Approaching the half-hour mark in this the second half. 15 minutes of regulation time left. Unofficially, of course, it's the referee that is the sole official timekeeper of the game. But by my watch, half hour has gone in the second half, and the pendulum seems to be swinging more in favor of the St. Elizabeth Technical team.
Here's Carthers. Again, he's caught in possession. I think that he really hasn't added much to the Clarendon cause. And Lindsay gets a final touch of Carthers. Here's Giovanni Brown. This could be a moment for him. The deflection takes the sting out the shot. Really good challenge there from Andrew Gutsmore. And Clarendon College moving forward, and this could be a second yellow. Well, who is? In fact, luckily there for McCullough. It's his first caution of the contest. So all three cautions in the contest have gone to those in yellow. Travar McCullough, the latest recipient. Ball driven in by Gutsmore. Here is Carthers. A little tangle with Lindsay. Rather inadvertently. And
no matter how
just mistimed his challenge there on Zane Reid.
No matter how much a team is being outplayed, Damian, with an opportunity like this from a set play from the apex of the 18-yard box, the Clarendon College team has the opportunity that they can send up tall players. Let's see if they have any creativity in this free kick that's been offered to them.
Andrew Gutsmore, that doesn't look as if it's back the 10 yards at all. And certainly,
well, the referee has called for the assistance of the assistant referee to ask them to move back the full 10 yards.
And so this could be Gutsmore's territory. We saw him crack one in the first half. He's gone for the target, punched away by Carson Findlay, not very far, and he's come back to gather it. He's lost it. A chance here, great goalkeeping. Had to be brave, and he fell at the feet. And it was struck by Gutsmore, had a little pace behind it, and his punch never carried it very far, and then he was under pressure again from Zane Reid. But here, he was very brave, and he got down to take it at the feet of Allen. Here they come again. Charlton pulls the ball back. It has taken a deflection. Corner kick for Clarendon College.
And now Clarendon College, they have an intermittent. That's a fumble. That goalkeeper did well to throw himself down at the foot of the Clarendon College player. But it's now a second corner to the Clarendon College team.
Andrew Gutsmore to take it. Johnson, the substitute, is waiting inside the box, and it might come through for him. It's swept away by Chris Andrew Dixon.
Is this a brief foray by the Clarendon College team, or can they sustain it for the last 20 minutes? That's been one-way traffic for Clarendon College.
Must be a little concerning there for Coach Omar Ramba Wedderburn, as Charlton is flagged offside.
Not very many offsides in the game. Clarendon College now guilty. I think that might be the first offside call for any team since the start of the game.
So, Benfield Technical, they have cut the deficit against Glenmuir. They're trailing by 2-1 in the other semi-final. This one is anybody's guess as to who will show first in terms of a goal. Donjay Smith tackled up. No, Gale might try to find Lindsay. He does. Good ball to Akita Graham. Graham is trying to turn. It comes back out to Dixon, who had a certain sting in it. The deflection takes it wide, but it has kept Stets on the front foot nonetheless.
It's number 20, Andrew Gutsmore. Seems to be the specialist dead ball kicker, but we've seen the number 10, Donjay Smith, take it on some occasions. Stets yet to send up. Well, they've sent up their number 8.
Now it's Lindsay's corner. It's swung in. The goalkeeper's lost it, and it's swept away at the near post. And it was Seagull Knight who was there, and he's there again to get the first touch as the ball comes in. Here is Charlton. He has done well. Couple players have galloped ahead of him. One of them is Coleman, under pressure from Gale. And the two players have stayed down. And now Allen is defending deep, and put under pressure by Giovanni Brown.
I think Nicholas Gale might come out the better of the two in this clash. Whenever there's a collision between the two teams, the players, it's the Clarendon College players who appear to be the more feeble of the two. Number 21 for Clarendon College, O'Shane Coleman, seems to have taken much more of the impact on that occasion. Neither player guilty of any intent to injure the other. It was a straight collision, and the referee deemed it to have been non-punishable and allowed the play to go on. But he has stopped it now, so that both medical teams can attend to their respective players.
And this is the little coming together between these two. And Nicholas Gale might have left a hand there, but nothing malicious really. They're still trying to get their team on the scorer sheet. Clarendon College about to make another substitution, and Shonda James, who has scored once so far already this season, is about to come on.
Well, it seems the assistant referee has brought something to the attention of referee. And he has asked.
Long throwing from McClymont. It comes in and it's cleared out. Comes back out to Donjay Smith. It comes back out from McCullough, trying to stab it through. Clarendon College could break here. This could be problematic. Early ball. Poor pass from Seagull Knight. Now at the other end, Giovanni Brown is going in. Really good tackle. And Kimori Carruthers will come off for Clarendon College in a short while. Gutsmore on for Zane Reed. He can't pull it in. Just about 6 minutes left in the contest. It remains goalless here. And so it's James who comes on, and he seems to be very liked by the Clarendon faithful. Just about 5 minutes left in regular time. Or in regulation time. The last time we heard Glenmuir led 2-0 against Dintle, 2-1 against Dintle Technical. This one is fit through, and Akita Graham has gotten there, pulls it back kindly for goalkeeper Edwards.
The player that has come on for Clarendon College, number 22, he certainly won't do anything to address the imbalance in physical advantage that is presently being enjoyed by
Donjay Smith! And again Akita Graham has allowed one to slip.
Really, all he needed to have done was just make contact with that and play it goalwards. I don't know what it is that went through his mind. Never needed anything but to just play that ball goalwards. Make contact with it.
He fired over from a really good position, and again he found himself in a position of promise, and on this occasion he really never applied the kind of touch that they were looking forward to. This one is taken off James. He's come back to really get a good foot in. Now McCullough on for Janus, nicely away from Reed. Donjay Smith back for McCullough, forward for Giovanni Brown. Nicely worked here from the champions until it went wrong. Here's Coleman on to Zane Reed, and he is willing to gallop. Gale has come across to him, and he might just have the beating of Gale for a second there. Gale has come back well, and now a combination of tackles have won it for St. Elizabeth Technical. Clark emerges with it, aiming up for Donjay Smith, or rather for Giovanni Brown, and it was headed away by Coleman. Out towards Allen. Quickly on for James. Back for Allen. Touch forward for Knight. James continued his run. He doesn't have plenty to aim at inside the box, and he can't beat Roshane McClymont. Good challenge by Allen. Comes to Knight. Knight on for Gutsmore. He has a really good hit in that left foot, and he's trying to work himself into that position. Now Johnson is dispossessed by Giovanni Brown. And Gutsmore has lost it.
That one will take some time to come back. Another substituted ball. And a substitute ball has to be called on to continue. Not much time left, under 5 minutes by my watch. Let's see if the referee will give 6 minutes, and we will be lucky enough to see 6 goals.
6 in 6. That's a new talk these days. Goes into touch, but it's in a position where Clarendon College can afford to squeeze steps into a tight space. They've allowed them the luxury of just taking the throwing and get it downfield easily. Coleman felt the impression of that challenge. Here is Donjay Smith up against Gutsmore. Corner kick. St. Elizabeth Technical, they've scored a couple late goals in this campaign. One of them against Manchester.
And the score is tied at then 90 minutes. Then extra time will be played. And if it is still tied, then Then we'll go to the kicks from the penalty mark.
Lindsay's take to the back post, and it's touched away by Edwards vitally. And Giovanni Brown was just getting ready to apply the head to it. They have to concentrate here. Clarendon College would really be a heartbreaker. But the defending champions continue to look like scoring. Don J. Smith delivery, it's disappointing.
We are now in the final minute of the game. Assistant referee has put up 4 minutes of time to be added on.
So that amount of time indicated by Doyen Tummings, and you get the feeling that both teams will just try to ensure that they don't concede in that time, and they try to battle it out in the extra time period. Clarendon College, the last time they went to penalties, they bid goodbye to the Super Cup competition against Holy Trinity. Here is Siegel Knight, manages to keep this one alive. Can't get around Clark, who is guilty of a handball. And Clarendon College have decided to commit numbers.
That's a sensible thing to do, but so is Central the bit technical with their defenders. It's a crowded 18-yard box.
And Zane Reed has the crowd at his back. Ball lifted in. Chance here, and it stays for the target, and it's headed up, knocked away. Comes back out to Siegel Knight, who drives it. Deflection. There's a loud appeal, and the referee had the whistle to his lips and then decided against it. A loud appeal for a penalty, and Leon Brown, under huge roar and pressure from the fans, decided not to. Here is Dixon under pressure from James, who has made a good challenge in the eyes of referee Brown. Coleman gives it away. Here's Knight on for James. Reed outside of him, and Charlton is galloping inside the penalty area, and he stooped under pressure, and it goes behind for a corner kick.
So in the dying moments, Clarendon College, they have come to life. It's a corner deep into time added on. Now they'll come with players inside the 18-yard box.
A really good ball, and it just nicked behind off the hand of Gale. Zane Reed has gone across to take the corner kick again. And very late here, just over a minute plus left in the contest. We're deep into stoppage time. The ball is swung in. Carson Finley unable to take it. Here is James, and by the time he's cut it back, the opportunity went by. Campbell's return is behind and away for a goal kick.
Clarendon College player has gone on suffering from cramps, and I suspect that if the game goes into extra time, then the Central Elizabeth technical players will relish that extra playing time.
The champions have hold firm. And I think we might be playing 10 minutes either way if it goes to extra time. It could be 10 minutes either way. Then if there is no winner, then they have to go and try the lottery. Extra time here at the Juicy Patties complex. After 90 minutes, it remains goalless between Clarendon College and St. Elizabeth Technical. The game did develop much better in the second half, and we saw situations of promise, but neither able to break the deadlock. And at the end of it all, we will be heading to extra time, and a confirmation from fourth official Dorian Tummings. It will be 10 minutes for each half of the extra time period. And we're just going to look back at what transpired in the second half. The first half was pretty forgettable, but the second half did offer much more. This was the first real shot of intent from Andrew Gusmore that came in the first half, and Giovanni Brown was always a handful up front for the Clarendon College defense. He played one in for Lindsay. A chance went by. Donjay Smith also read the situation well there, and then got away from Carruthers and shoot straight at the goalkeeper Edwards. And the Seagull Knight just trying to measure one, and just a little bit over the top. This was a beautiful build-up by Stets, and right at the end of the pyramid was the man Donjay Smith, who they wanted to beat, and somehow he has let them down. And the second half certainly had a lot more in it. And here goalkeeper Carson Finley misjudged one. Carruthers might have just lifted it beyond the defender, but decided to take an extra touch. And Giovanni Brown turned well, and then really never delivered the kind of pass that his fellow attackers were looking for. And here again, he got the better of Campbell, slipped away from him, played it back for Akita Graham, and he was in position A1. A deflection took it over the crossbar when he really should have scored. Chris Andrew Dixon driving at the heart. Donjay Smith fired wide from a tight angle, and then this one was fizzed in with pace by Gutsmore. Again, goalkeeper Findlay lost it, and here he was brave, just dive on the feet of Allen. Another corner kick. Goalkeeper Eric Edwards lost it. He was never to pay any real price. And again, Akita Graham in a good position, wasn't able to take that chance. And this one, Zane Reid whipped in beautifully, and Charlton unable to get on the end of it with any meaningful contact. 0-0 at the end of 90 minutes. We're going to take a short break, and we come back with extra time period between Stets and Clarendon College in this Ben Francis semi-final. And welcome back to the Juicy Patties complex, and Alden Barrett will come in. Akita Graham, who missed two wonderful chances, is the man withdrawn as we go into extra time here in the semi-final. Just a correction to tell you that Glenmuir, it's still 2-0 in their game against the Dintil, and so they are heading off to the final. Allen defending again, and he's had a solid display in that right wing back position. Here's Zane Reid. Now Gutsmore, and again a poor crossfield ball intercepted. Now Dixon, Lindsay into Brown. Brown under pressure, manages to get away from it. Now on to Lindsay again to deliver another one. It's a high ball. The goalkeeper is watching it, kept his eyes on it well. Here is McCullough. Ball back into Giovanni Brown, and never made the kind of Here is Giovanni Brown, goes inside, pulls it back, and a chance, and it goes a begging once again. And Jackie Walters, his heart must have been somewhere close to his mouth. So another good chance for Stets, and they haven't made it count. Normally when teams are so wasteful, it comes back to haunt.
On the other occasion, but I think more chances will continue to go Central's best technical direction. It's just to put it in.
And here is Seagull Knight, touched on. Here is Charlton, lays it back, and denied by the upright. James almost won it maybe. And the upright stood in the way. Stets trying to break out of the fence, but Clark is held up along his way. And he tried to pick his spot, laid back to him by Charlton, and he measured it, and the goalkeeper was beaten. And Carson Finlay was beaten. The post has come to his rescue.
Shane James, number 22. That was a real good chance for him. Not as good quality as Stets had, but he hit the upright. That to him must have been a disappointment. That should now spur Central's best technical team into waking them up.
Campbell's knocked down, pounced upon by Janus, hits it. And he had two options inside the box. Instead, he gave the goalkeeper a gift. Here is James, delightful take on for Seagull Knight, whose return is not as good. Now Lindsay, Brown wants it, played up ahead of him.
And once again, a poor pass to give up possession. Poor passing has been the hallmark of this game. Had it not been for that, it would have been a real...
And this one is sprayed across by Gutsmore. And James is beaten to it by the tall legs for Shane McClymont. Here's Allen. Brushed off it by Lindsay. And then he's fouled him. Another member of the media fraternity. Goalkeeper Edwards getting laced up. And you have to tighten your footwear as you head into battle. It could come down to that.
Players, I've seen players in their dressing room tying their football boots as if it's their civilian shoes they're tying. No extra security on tying the laces. No wonder their boot laces become pulled so often.
Here's Charlton. Ahead for Zane Reid. McCullough is tracking his progress. And Zane Reid is held up. He comes back to Charlton. And Charlton can't get away from Gale. Up towards Don J. Smith. Smith. And the flag had come up, and Smith had...
This is really interesting. Don J. Smith was fouled. He was definitely pulled down, but he's quarreling with the referee for calling back the play. He got up and he was saying he was denied the advantage.
He could have played the advantage there, but the flag came up from Kibo Williams, and the referee, Leon Brown, obliged.
The player really could have been awarded a yellow card for breaking up what was a promising attack.
Ball swung in, headed out. Here's Johnson. So not much time left in the first half of extra time. Nice little touch from James. Jay Duhaney, the assistant on the far side. Now Don J. Smith up against Johnson. Throwing goes to St. Elizabeth Technical. And they're seeing just about everything. Maybe they are the Rocket Man. Oh, the Rocket Men high up. Here's Dixon. A couple of nibbles at his heels, and he has gotten it back under pressure now from James. Now Rashane McClymont. Not a bad delivery. The goalkeeper's call was clear, and the communication was good with his defender. Gale for Don J. Smith, looking for the flick. Now Zane Reid under pressure, and he's dispossessed by two. Don J. Smith takes it forward. He's gone by one, he's gone by two. Still Don J. Smith. Nice footwork here, and he's taken out in a position that I think that Rashane McClymont could apply the laces to it with some amount of effect, with some amount of devastation.
Don J. Smith needs to be more involved in the play and not to go towards goal every single time. Sometimes you can play it, move off, and then support keeping the ball until a real opening presents itself. But he seems intent of wanting to dribble inside the penalty box and try to win a penalty. The first stanza of extra time rapidly coming to an end. We are now in the 9th minute. 10 minutes either way the officials have deemed it to be, and we are fast approaching the first end of the 10 minutes.
A chance for Rashane McClymont to be the hero. We have seen him score a couple of free kicks in the Lime Super Cup. And that one had plenty behind it, and it has traveled a very long way. Just a minute or so left. So maybe Dwayne Foster, Stets might contemplate bringing him on later on. Allen, away by Dixon, pounced upon by Coleman. He has James up ahead of him, and that pass had too much weight on it.
Poor decision. Sometimes a pass is better played to the feet of your teammate rather than in an open space.
Half time in extra time, and it is still goalless, and there will be a quick turnaround.
That's what ought to happen. No rest in between these two periods of the two added extra time periods. They ought to just switch around, but the players use the opportunity to run towards the half line to get some drink or something. But the referee ought to insist on it getting the game restarted quite punctually.
Coach Jackie Walters, I remember having a chat with him at the end of the first round of the Costa Cup, and he said that he would not be too heartbroken if these players were not to win the title, but it certainly would be an underachievement based on the quality they have so far. They are being pushed to the limit in the Ben Francis Cup. They have a semi-final date in the Da Costa Cup coming up against their neighbours Glenmuir, the team he once guided. And we're on the way again. This one is hit from distance by Seagull Knight. A rather wasted effort. And Allen has gone down and is cramping up.
Well, Clarendon College have made 2 substitutions so far. They have a third one that they can use.
And Allen seems to be in some amount of discomfort.
By the manner in which they are attending to him, it suggests that he's suffering from cramps in the area of his calves.
His indication is that he wants to come off. And in extra time, the legs normally catch up on you. You have to be supremely conditioned if you want to last the full stretch, or else it can be a stretch. And they are going to bring on Ryan Knight. And that's if Allen is unable to pursue to the bitter end.
He's the right fullback for the Clarendon College team.
And good climb here from Coleman. This one is played behind the Charlton. I really do believe it should have been withdrawn some time ago. And sizzling run here from Barrett. Ball lifted into his Giovanni Brownie gets his head onto it and steered it over the bar.
Once again, the central defenders for Clarendon College team not showing any signs of superiority in the air or in the foot race. Number 19, Giovanni Brown, did go between them, get off that header.
That's a certain what's the source of his discontentment. Headed away by Gale. On for McCullough. Now Jennis. Dixon looking for Lindsay, who is always willing and more often than not able. And this time that one was a little elevated for him. Here's Seagill Knight. Slipped away from Dixon. He has James outside of him. James is looking for the early ball in, blocked by Clark. Penalties are just 7 minutes away.
They are more accurately described as kicks from the penalty mark. But everybody understands what we mean when we say penalties. But they're not really penalties, they are kicks from the penalty mark.
Good challenge from Donjay Smith. Good challenge on Donjay Smith, the time from Johnson. Lindsay has gone past a couple of challenges. He won't get away from a third. Glenmuir might be in the final waiting for one of these two teams. It could be the Knockout Kings St. Elizabeth Technical, who are the defending champions, or it could be their neighbours Clarendon College. Seagill Knight looking for Charlton. Charlton is under really good pressure though from Gale. Now Charlton, James is galloping and he's trying to push it through, but back comes Rushane McClymont to avert the danger. Lindsay looking for Donjay Smith. Palmer comes across to put it into touch. Here's McCullough, hits it, and it's just wide.
Midway the second stanza, 5 minutes of time left before the referee suggests that kicks from the penalty mark will decide the result of this game.
Allen gives it away cheaply. Now McCullough under pressure from Seagull Knight, and he plays it out to Barrett. Knocked it down for Giovanni Brown. I think he has really worked hard in this contest. Good defending from Campbell, given away to Coleman. Lifted up and away. Campbell has gone down. No, Zane Reid has slipped away from one. And Reid under pressure from Gale, and he's guilty of pulling.
Foul call against him, and now he has gone down, having committed a foul that has sapped his energy. Wonder how much time the referee will add on for stoppages at the end of this second stanza of extra time.
Well, certainly it is a long trek from the bench to where he is, and it certainly will eat up some amount of time while they wait patiently for the outcome. The answer could be at the end of penalty kicks.
The referee is asking for them to make their exit at the shortest possible point of exit. That's the touchline on the very far side, opposite from where the reserves and the officials are.
It's late afternoon, and the game is getting very late. Is there to be a very late winner? Now Charlton on for Zane Reid, who's come back on the park. He's confronted again by Gale. This time he's going to round him, and a good ball in, and James has missed it. And now it's lashed clear by Lindsay. And this one for Don J. Smith to chase. Palmer comes out, so too. It was the goalkeeper pounced upon it, but this was the moment that almost made it count as a day of success for Clarendon College. Don J. Smith goes down in a very good position, and I think it's Rashane McClymon's territory, this one. Don J. Smith seems as if he wants it as well.
Two free kicks that I've seen done. The number 8 defender, O'Shane McClymon, has shown no creativity in them. That's all power. This is a good position from which he has the distance for it to go above the wall, and then enough space for it to dip back underneath the crossbar. But on the two occasions I've seen him apply just 100% power and no thinking behind it.
I get the feeling that this could be Don J. Smith's territory. There is a four-man committee over it. What will the ruling be? Well, they're sending away McCullough, so he's out of the way. Rashane McClymont is backing up. In the meantime, Stett's about to make a double substitutions. Is about to make double substitutions. Clarendon College about to bring on one as well. Rowan Lindsay is one of the players being withdrawn.